I generally pretty skeptical about personality tests. I mean, they can tell you some things about yourself, but I don't want to take it too literally.
And maybe knowing what a personality test tells you would make you subconsciously fall more in line. We'll find out, or we won't.
Or we won't.
I think it'd just be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. What tests are we doing?
Myers-Briggs. Do that Enneagram one.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, you must not be on the internet. I've seen people talk about their Enneagrams all the time. Lots of memes about it.
I've seen people talk about it. You just now. The first time I've ever heard anyone talk about
I
it.
think we should probably get you signed up for the internet.
Or maybe take you off it.
That's probably the better idea. The love languages quiz.
And then we should do a BuzzFeed quiz.
Oh yeah, like which Golden Girls character are you?
Yes.
Or like which...
That's the one we're going to do. 4 personality tests.
Okay, that sounds great.
You learning things about yourself?
Yes.
What are you learning?
Mind your own test.
We're going to talk about the Enneagram first.
Okay.
What do you think I am?
Just looking at the names of all of them. Achiever, the loyalist, and the peacemaker.
You got one of them right.
9?
Nope.
Then 6.
Nope.
Oh, then 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a 7-3-4.
Enthusiast.
Achiever and individualist. My number 1 is 7, the enthusiast.
Future-oriented is very true.
Future-oriented.
You do not like to dwell on the past. You do not like to talk about the past.
I'm pretty adventurous. I'm very variety-seeking.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm that excitable.
Pretty optimistic.
And I'm sometimes outgoing and sometimes talkative.
7s get into conflicts by being overextended. Definitely overextend yourself. Scattered and distracted and restless too a little bit.
But I don't think I'm demanding.
No.
Kind of got dark. I'm demanding light in this shot right now. Relationship issues. Becoming involved with expressing their thoughts and ideas that they do not really listen to others. Okay. Becoming impatient or critical of others' slower pace.
Yeah.
Yes. Looking at a menu at a restaurant.
Oh, sure.
When I'm working with someone and they want to do a lot of takes of something.
It's good enough. Move on.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
The achiever. Effective, competent, adaptable. I think so. Goal-oriented, yes. Ambitious, yes. Charming?
Yeah.
Charming. Into performance? Yes. And image conscious? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really dark. What's going on? Lighten up. Look, we're worried about our image right now.
Yeah, I know.
Hola. Now I would like to take a little time to thank our sponsor, the #1 language learning app in the world, Babbel. Hola, that's what I said before. You didn't know what that meant before because you need to use Babbel. It means hi in Spanish. If you're like me, you're only fluent in one language. Killing it 24/7. No, English. I know un poquito Spanish despite taking it for 4 semesters in college. In fact, language has always been my worst subject in school. I got the worst grade I ever got when I took my final semester. Language and me were like 2 peas in pods, 2 separate ones. But not for long if I use Babbel to learn Spanish.
Sí.
And Babbel's different than other apps or learning methods. For one thing, there's no ads. It also prepares you for situations you will encounter in real life. Where's the bathroom? Where's the food? Por favor, dime donde está la comida? University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. And that's better than when I took Spanish and had 4 other classes and they would always assign research papers. And my band had a big show coming up, so we had to have band practice. And I had to socialize at the bar. I had to get it all in before the pandemic would hit many years later. China and I went to Spain many years ago. It was for a video I was making with a group of other YouTubers. It was a thing. And we had a guide, so I didn't have to rely on my Spanish too much. But every time we went out on our own, it was like, I don't know what to say. Please help me. You will learn in the love languages part of this video later that I really appreciate quality time, and I want to go back to Spain with China, my wife, not the country, on our own for funsies. And I want to use this app to learn Spanish better so that we can control our own destiny. Talk to everyone. Fit right in. Maybe I'll run for mayor. Mayor of Spain. Anywho, if you follow the link below, you get 50% off 6 months for a limited time, so you better do it soon. Now, back to your regularly scheduled personality test discussion. I believe we are on my 3rd place Enneagram personality type.
Adios.
The individualist.
4s get into conflicts by being, I think you are hardly any of those things.
I don't think I'm any of those things.
Yeah. I think sometimes you can be a little self-absorbed.
What do you mean by self-absorbed?
Working all the time, and therefore you're thinking about work all the time, and it's all you want to talk about a lot of the time.
That's true. Okay, so that's my top 3. I'm going to guess your top 3.
Okay.
The challenger, individualist, the helper.
You got one of them. Reformer, the challenger, the achiever. Type 1, the reformer. Conscientious, sensible, responsible, idealistic, ethical, serious, self-disciplined, orderly, yes, and feel personally obligated to improve themselves and their world.
I think you are all those things. And we are opposite in those ways, but those, I think, strengthen us because those are things I need.
Get into conflicts by being opinionated, impatient, irritable, rigid, perfectionistic, critical and self-critical, sarcastic, and judgmental.
Do you feel like those are true?
Spot on.
Good, because I feel like they're true.
At their best, ones are tolerant, accepting, discerning, wise, humane, prudent, principled, fair, and able to delay rewards for a higher good.
I think you're all those things too. Going to bed early all the time, or knowing when to quit eating or drinking. I sometimes am like, whatever. But you're rarely like that.
Relationship issues. Holding the partner to strict standards that the partner does not wholeheartedly share. Becoming moody, depressed, and uncommunicative because of repressed anger. Not allowing enough playtime in the relationship, feeling that all spare time must be used for serious purposes. Yard work, checking finances, reading educational or meaningful books, attending meetings. That's not true. I do watch movies, watch TV.
Yeah, but only if you feel like everything else is done. More so than I do. If it were up to me, less of the other things would get done.
Having issues with criticism, fearing criticism from their partner, and also becoming critical of the partner, nitpicking, scolding, and correcting. This is like a mirror. Type 8, the challenger. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
8s get into conflict by being, I don't think I'm particularly vengeful. I could be vengeful. Just don't have
a reason to be.
Reason to be vengeful. Seeing the other as an inferior to be shaped and directed. Not respecting the partner as an equal. I definitely have issues with perfectionism and wanting things to be done a certain way that I have deemed as the right way.
But I'm someone who's like, yeah, we could do it that way.
Not really into binging.
Or raging.
Anything.
I think the only time either one of us rage is against the machine.
Right.
Myers-Briggs is divided into 4 dichotomies: extroversion or introversion, sensing or intuition, thinking or feeling, judging or perceiving. They are put together making 16 possibilities.
I think you're an INTP.
I am ENFP.
Okay.
So you got P right.
I got N right.
And you got N right.
Yeah.
Hand fart.
Hand fart break.
Let me guess yours.
Okay.
ISFJ.
ESTJ. I've always thought of myself as an introverted person. Apparently not. I'm like right on the edge.
They give these a name. It's pretty consistent to the way we describe ourselves in all these videos. It says that you're an efficient organizer and I'm an imaginative motivator. These are self-assessments anyway, but it's pretty spot on.
Well, it's not really a self-assessment.
We're the ones deciding the answers.
They're deciding the questions.
But we ultimately decide what we think ourselves are by giving an answer.
Like they give you rules at the beginning for how you're supposed to think about each question.
But ultimately, we are answering based on the information we have about ourselves with our own thoughts.
Yeah, which is all of the information that could be had about yourself.
Yeah, but how well does one know oneself?
Okay. Are we going to read the descriptions for these or not?
Yes.
Efficient organizer. You're usually practical, realistic, and matter of fact. Other people are likely to see you as decisive and quick to act. You like to organize projects and people to get things done as efficiently as possible. You may be quite forceful when implementing your plans. You tend to live by a clear set of logical standards and want others to do the same.
That's like right in line with our conversation we just had.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic and imaginative. You tend to see life as a creative adventure full of exciting possibilities. You often make connections between events and information easily and act confidently based on the patterns you see. You want appreciation and support from others and are quick to offer the same in return. Spontaneous and flexible. You often rely on your verbal fluency and ability to improvise.
Yep.
Pretty spot on.
Okay.
That was interesting that our argument we just had kind of sums it all up. I'm interested in possibility and I'm trying to like conceptualize this test as an open sort of fluid thing, and you're talking about it as a very clearly logical thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes opposites attract. We're not really opposite in a lot of ways. We're both achievers.
I think that when we butt heads, it's because of our differences, but I think most of the time it is nice to have people who are really strong in opposite ways.
Love languages. My top, 35% spending quality time. 0% receiving gifts.
33% acts of service, 20% quality time, 3% physical touch. If it was a different time in my life, that would have been different. With parenting, I'm so physically and mentally tapped out.
You want me to get things done.
I appreciate it when you take burden off of me in terms of like our daughter or maintaining our home. It feels like a very loving act.
Yeah.
I would much rather you vacuum the floor than buy me a necklace.
And I would much rather play a board game with you than have you clean my office or edit. Well, if you edited,
That'd probably help.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
If I did more acts of service for you, that would probably create more time to spend in a quality way.
Think of all the words of affirmation I would say.
Wow.
Say, good job with that act of service, honey.
And think of all the mild physical touch that would occur, as well as no gifts. Cool.
Cool.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. Thank you for being a friend. Traveling down the road and back again. So the home design test for both Sophia.
Both Sophia.
You're a traditional, fun-loving, bold lady. Sure, some people may say that you're a bit of a grump, but you just don't tolerate foolishness. You know that you deserve the best, and you won't let anyone treat you any less. Keep shining. You make Sicily proud. I think maybe my decisions are kind of based on your taste of home. The other two are just random.
Yeah, pick a food, choose an activity, pick a color, pick a movie.
You were Blanche when I was Dorothy. I was Blanche when you were Rose.
There you go.
We don't see eye to eye there.
Evidently not.
But the real question is, what do you think you are?
I have not honestly seen enough Golden Girls to know.
See, describe Rose. People may joke about your intelligence, but it honestly doesn't bother you because you're not one to blow your own Vertubenflugen. Anyways. No, see, I don't think I'm Rose. Dorothy, you're smart and sarcastic. Sometimes you come across as intimidating, but that's only because you prefer to keep your emotions on the inside. I think you might be a Dorothy. I guess I'm a Blanche.
You're fun-loving and outgoing. You have a larger-than-life personality, and you're always down for a good time. You're a Blanche.
I'm a Blanche, but I'm not like too much of a Blanche.
No, you're not like Blanche.
Yeah, that's all we needed to say in this video. You're a Dorothy and I'm a Blanche.
Yeah,
We didn't need to take those tests.
yeah. Well, there you go.
That's it.
That's it.
I think the results show that our assessment of ourselves is reflected in the assessment of these tests, which were done by ourselves.
You're right.
Yeah. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Oh, one quick thing. I probably could have just had this already before turning the camera on. Look what came in the mail. Yay! Yay! Links down below to the tests we took. Some of them cost money, but you can find free ones out there, I'm sure. They're clever like that. Or do the really easy thing and don't take them. 9 out of 10 doctors agree doing stuff is less fun than not doing stuff sometimes. Airplane flying over. Wonder if they're going to Spain. I remember travel. It was a good time. That's all. A playlist of China and my previous conversations like this. YouTube thinks you'll like that video. You can support me on Patreon where I do a week daily vlog just for patrons. You can subscribe, like, comment,